Hi there. Today I'm gonna show you how to tackle one of the most common headaches in Flutter development, the unable to load assets error. It is that frustrating moment when you've got the image name right, but it just won't show up in your app. Let's fix that together. Alright, let's say you have an image you want to use in your Flutter app. First things first, make sure the image is in your project folder. If not, drag it in there. Now you can see your image hanging out in your project folder. But guess what? That's not quite enough. Now you need to create a folder called Assets, or name it whatever tickles your fancy. Then toss all your assets, images, fonts, audios, whatever you've got into this folder. Now you should see your image comfortably residing inside the Assets folder. But wait, we're not out of the woods yet. If you hit reload in VS Code, the problem might still be lurking, and Flutter might still be scratching its head, throwing that unable to load assets exception at you. What is going on here? Well, let me spill the beans. Flutter depends on something called pubspec.yaml. It is like Flutter's secret ingredient list. Here's where you tell Flutter what goodies you want to put in your app. Images, fonts, you name it. Now, in this file, you will find Flutter's section, usually around line 53. You'll see an example there of how to tell Flutter where your assets are. Let's start fresh, shall we? But remember, this file is a stickler for spaces. It's like a finicky chef. You need 2 spaces or a single tab. Then type assets : and hit enter. Then add 2 spaces or a tab, followed by a hyphen and a space. Now here's where you put the path to your assets folder. The one you created. Make sure not to forget the essential /, indicating that you want the contents of the folder, not the folder itself. So it might look something like this. Hit Ctrl S to save the project, and you should see a window pop up saying Flutter pub-get. If you don't, look for the Get Packages icon and click it. Now let's go back to your main file and hit reload. You might be thinking, why is the problem still there? Well, my friend, that's because we're trying to load the image by its name, not its path. To find the image path, head to your project folder, start from the main path, which is right here. The first thing you will write in the image path is assets. Then, as you see in your folder structure, the image name. So it might look like this. Hit Ctrl S and boom, your image should show up. And everything will be hunky-dory. What if you've got a bunch of images and other assets you want to add to your app? Well, in this case, don't just dump them all into the assets folder. Be organized. Create separate folders inside assets folder. For images, make an images folder. For fonts, a fonts folder, and so on. But hold on, reloading might throw the error again, even though Flutter found the image. Why? Because the path has changed. Flutter's like a GPS that needs the right coordinates. So head back to pubspec.yaml and edit assets to assets/images/ to tell Flutter where to find your images. Well, all good now, and the error is gone. That's it for now, folks. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more Flutter tips and tricks. Until next time, happy coding and keep that Flutter spirit high. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!